This is story comes to us from a dude. I believe he's also up in. Oh no, he's a U.S. dude. He's also got looks like he's got a Canadian citizenship card as well. I'm not gonna show any of that because he literally sent it just as like we would know he was a real dude.
So he's a dual trader.
I guess, yeah. And he's even got some. He has some visual aids, not to be confused with what you would get from Gorlock the Destroyer. In here.
Well, you technically can get visual aids from Gorlock. That person's so
visual aids, indeed. This is about a couple of his childhood friends who had, and we were talking about the neutered dads. Dave brought that up. Perfect way to segue right into this. So now for some sad Trump voice tales of woe and depravity. I went to school in London, Ontario during the 80s and had two friends that I saw regularly from the ages of 6 to 12, Dave W. and Randy F., not to be confused with Digital Dave. Both of them had literally cucked fathers, not figuratively, literally cucked.
Wow.
First, Randy F. When I was 9 years old, I heard my grandparents, uncle, and mother talking about Randy's mom. Apparently, his mother had run off with a dude when she was dating Randy's father, Frank F., and came back pregnant with that other dude's child.
Oh, my
Randy
God.
F. had blonde hair and blue eyes, and Frank F. looked like Frank Zappa with short hair. So here's a picture of Frank Zappa.
Yeah, no.
He said, my family said not to talk to Randy F. about it, and I never did, mostly because I was too young to understand the implications, and I just forgot about it. Randy moved to the other side of the city in 86 when his parents split up. Big shocker there. And I didn't see him again until the summer of 2000. He showed up at a bar I was hosting karaoke at, and we caught up. Randy had met his real father, who looked like Robert Redford. And I mentioned that my grandparents had heard a rumor about that, but because I was 9, I didn't understand what they meant. Randy F. asked to borrow money, and when I declined to give him any, I never heard from him again. Shit.
Yeah.
Dave W. had his family torn apart by his mother's infidelity around a year after Randy F.'s family moved across town, just before we all went to different high schools. Dave W.'s mother, Debbie W., Debbie Wasserman Schultz, maybe? That fucking whore.
Assuming somebody's banger.
Tell us how you really feel.
Don't hold back, man.
Talking about DNC cock. I mean, it's literally just like a wall of Swiss cheese with sea cucumber, like micro penis, just like sticking out. From all angles there. Or as Barry likes to call it, a night in.
God damn!
Big Mike's got the camera.
Jesus, Blake.
Come up with so she'd been having an affair with a coworker. Debbie W. got pregnant just before Christmas and left her family just before the Christmas holidays.
God,
nice.
What is with these fucking stocking stuffers tonight? She moved in with the coworker, and Dave W. got a half brother the next year. Dave W. and his full brother stayed with their dad and visited their mother 2 weekends per month. Oh, thank God for that. Dave W.'s dad got a new girlfriend who moved in with her daughters, so they moved about a mile away to a bigger townhouse and then to an actual house a few years later.
So it was a Brady Bunch situation.
Yeah. Dave W. lost a mom and gained a stepmother and a stepsister and a bigger home. Bonus story. I remember walking home from high school one day as a teenager, and Debbie W. pulled up beside me in her car and offered me a ride home, and I declined. I walked everywhere and didn't even want to be in the same car with her. This was years later. Here's where the story gets even weirder. Around 10 years later, Dave W.'s parents got back together.
Oh, God, no! Oh, my... Oh, God, no! Oh, okay.
Dave W.'s stepmother and his dad split up, and a while later, Dave W.'s mom and dad moved out of the London and into a London house into a town called Dutton. If anything, I was even more shocked by them getting back together than I was by the breakup.
Wow.
My parents split when I was 5, but I don't remember any drama involved at all. Dad was just gone one day. I went to get a pack of smokes and didn't come back for 20 years. And we moved in with my Canadian grandparents.
Well,
He even included a picture of his parents at their wedding in 1971.
Well, we won't show that.
Yeah, why not?
That's fucked up.
Oh, no, another redhead. Shocker.
Oh, redhead.
Uh-oh.
Teacher's got no soul.
Teacher's got no souls.
Listen, man, we need to get these Sims to actually get on the same page.
I know, right?
Because women that do this, you don't have to do anything to them other than just leave them alone.
Yeah.
and reality and time will do all of the punishment for you. You don't have to lift a finger.
That's what we're about to get to.
Oh,
this is
I
really
can't
interesting.
wait.
And this is where it kind of relates back to those first two articles, because there's a cure for this kind of behavior. You just have to not be a pussy about it. I don't know what could change the apparently nice young woman in the above photo into someone who would harass a cancer patient after surgery.
Holy shit.
But the next two photos are from 2013. Obviously, what you should understand from the following photos that I was being harassed often enough to plan for it and to have my Kodak camera ready to collect evidence. I took 2 rapid pictures and left the room to go lie down. The picture is of the living room and my mother asking me to look over here. I think I feel a draft. And I don't... What? Oh, God! I don't know what causes behavior like this, but I know what cures it. Public humiliation.
Correct.
Fall of 2015, my mother and I were grocery shopping at Freshco on Trafalgar. I only got enough groceries to fill the basket on my walker, but my mother overfilled a cart and then tried to make me bag them all for her. I can only stand without discomfort for a limited period of time, so I prefer multiple small grocery trips over large expeditions to fill the trunk with groceries. So I brought up the above incident and kept harping on it in front of the cashier and other customers. My mother yelled at me and tried hitting me a couple of times in the car, but eventually quieted down and said, I can't believe you said that. She also never asked me to bag groceries for her again.
Good.
I've been putting up with sporadic harassment from 2008 to 2015, but one dose of public humiliation to only a handful of people shut that right down, and not a single act of harassment after that.
Yep.
Nice.
So here's the bottom line. If you hate hearing about this shit and you hate people just harassing you, they won't leave you the fuck alone, humiliate them publicly.
And they will.
And they will usually leave.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mockery.
It works.
And accountability are harsh mistresses.
Well,
and you can make them work for you.
Well,
people are afraid to confront.
Well, here's the thing. We've got whole graveyards full of war dead that were basically shamed into service. Like a lot of those guys from World War I, especially in England, you think they wanted to go over the top?
No, not so much.
No. And if you didn't enlist, they'd stick a white feather on you and shame you.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.